Tech Jesus isn't saying it outwardly, but he's implying that Linus is a liar. Okay? He's not saying it, maybe because he shouldn't, protecting his ass, whatever. But Linus is lying. He has corroborated facts and timestamps with Belay Labs that says that what he is telling them in this post is wrong. So even Linus Tech Tips' response, his apology, is inaccurate. What did he say? Here's Mudar. This is Mudar. This is the lighting. What's up, guys? Me, Mudar here, and time to get into some deep dives of the internet. That's right, black market, the deep web. Yes, it's a live stream. We're real. This is I'll lay it Omni, but IRL. Gamer Nexus talks about the blog post in the next video. Wait. Part 2 of Nexus response has the response. Okay, bet. It was deleted? Ooh, you know it ain't deleted. Anything that gets deleted it means it exists twice. It gets Kagino Bushind. So next video. 25 minutes. Okay, so we started streaming like around what time? Do we need to watch this whole video? Okay, the first 13 minutes. What happens after it? Okay. I'll hang in there. It's hard to be a React Andy when you're as good as a React Andy as me, you know? Omni can turn a 44-minute video into a 3-hour, 3-day marathon. Just normal tech news? Okay, let's just get to the regular stuff then.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hardware News Recap of the Week. We filmed the vast majority of this episode a couple days ago. Okay. But Linus Media Group, well specifically Linus himself, has posted a response to our video. And it's not well thought out. It's pretty disappointing, honestly. So
I like how he doesn't just say things like it was bad. It's stupid. You fucking idiot. He said, well, like he's disappointed. He's just like, you could have did better. You know, it wasn't very well thought out. I don't think he used a lot of his brain power when articulating this message. Kind of disappointing overall. Like, it's like disappointed father energy. Like, is that the best you got? Man, I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen again, season 1, because I forgot what happened in season 1 for some reason when I was watching season 2. And I just got watching the fight between Yuri and best friendo. I think it's Toto. I watched that again, and every time he got mad, he would just like cry. Like his version of frustration was just crying. That he was very disappointed, you know. But that was a good fight. Yuji, that's what I said, right? Or did I say Yuri? Yuji Itadori. Did I say Yuri? Oh, sorry, something else on the brain. But yeah, just disappointment all around. Damn.
So we're gonna insert a section and talk about that. Then we'll get into all the other news topics.
Let's do it now.
So we posted some coverage yesterday with some concerns about data accuracy, ethics, and responsibilities of Linus Media Group. Not gonna recap all of that here. You should check that video out before proceeding. It's necessary context. Linus hastily posted a statement about 3.5 hours after our video went live. The video raised concerns again about an incredibly large amount of testing inaccuracy issues, alongside what we believe to be unethical actions and just issues with responsibility as a large outlet in general. Linus's statement, it is an unhinged, unapologetic rant where he shirks responsibility and blames others. He tries to play weird semantics.
Wait. So Linus said, "Fuck you! I'm Linus Tech Tips. I made this company. I make the tech world go around. How dare you throw stones in a glass house, you heathens."
Semantic games like saying, quote, "We didn't sell the product, we auctioned it." Or misrepresent the timeline for when he contacted Billet Labs. He triples down.
Is he going to read it out, or am I going to have to read it out? Like, am I going to read it out, or is he going to read it out? Let's keep playing.
Billet Labs and says, quote, "I still disagree that the Billet Labs video is an accuracy issue. It's more like, I just read the room wrong." That doesn't even make any sense. It's not the job of a reviewer to read the room and tell the room what it wants to hear. That is called a
sycophant.
A sycophant is a perfect word to describe it.
He also said, quote, "We could have retested it with perfect accuracy, but to do so properly, accounting for which cases it could be installed in, none, and which radiators it would be plumbed with, again, a mystery, would have been impossible, and also didn't affect the conclusion of the video, or so I thought." To be clear here, the random caps lock is not us. That's the original emphasis. I mean, we could have retested it with perfect accuracy, but to do so would have been impossible is nonsense. And it's very difficult to engage with nonsense. I don't know what that means. And he completely ignores the enormous...
Oh my God. This is like H3 versus XQC. I never thought that Linus Tech Tips would be like the XQC of a debate. And yet, here we are. Tech Jesus is out here. It's hard to debate with nonsense. And yet, here we are.
Video breaking errors with cooler CPU and GPU testing results and processes that sometimes wildly misrepresent the product stack.
Okay.
Other than the usual platitudes of we wear our imperfection on our sleeves in the interest of ensuring that we stay accountable to you without explaining how it happened or how they'll fix it. Look, we're going to talk about this today, but we're not going to drag this out and make a whole new standalone video about this response.
You should have.
Because they haven't added anything of substance. The response is immature, it's blaming others, and it's irresponsible to the community they've built. But we are going to talk about some of the issues in this statement nonetheless, and then we're moving on. Let's start with Billet. This is where the story is getting a little bit twisted. We saw some...
He said his response was not even worth a full video. It's so bad that we're just going to let you guys know what happened, and then we're just going to keep moving along. It's so bad, it doesn't even deserve its own response. We're literally just going to talk about it really fast, and then we're just going to keep moving on with the rest of our lives because it's not even worth it to address it properly.
Comments about this confirming our concerns that people would lose track of the actual timeline. First of all, we're not going to argue the semantics about an item being sold against the will of a company versus being auctioned, and being for charity, which we already said doesn't make that better. It makes it worse because now you're roping in an innocent third party into a very awkward situation that can potentially make them look bad by proxy. And secondly, this is actually what we said. The first time they agreed to send it back was June 30th. At LTX, Linus Media Group put the one-of-a-kind water block up for auction at its Extra Life auction event. More seriously, Linus's statement, which reads, quote, "We have already agreed to compensate Billet Labs for the cost of their prototype," uses specific language to imply that this was agreed upon prior to our video launching. Following this forum post from Linus, we reached out to Billet Labs, with whom we'd already had contact, and we asked them the following. We said Linus's comment doesn't expressly say it, but it seems to imply that this agreement was made previously. Billet Labs said no, absolutely not, no, no, no. The only mention of any money to do with the prototype was our response to them after they said they'd auctioned it. And we basically said, you know, that was an expensive prototype. They didn't want us to share the exact dollar amount. Billet continued to explain their email. They said, quote, "I said, do you plan to reimburse us for this? And we heard nothing. We didn't get a response until your video."
Evil! No, Steve is not thinking about the implications of auctioning off an item and then being able to write it off on charity. Steve does not realize that auctioning off someone else's prototype to offset your taxable income. He didn't even know it. He didn't even realize it. But accounting Omni recognized it. But oh my God, Linus just straight up lied. He said, "Little did we know, we were also in talks with Belay." And they said, no. There was no agreement on any kind of financial compensation whatsoever. Linus just straight up lied. Linus is a mean girl. He's a rich mean girl. But this is exposing his character. And no matter how you spin it, no matter what you thought about what the real Linus is, the real Linus is leaking out, bro. And he's a mean girl. And then he got to Twitter fingering on a forum. The mask is slipping, Sammy. God damn. Guys, look at me. Look at me, okay? I need y'all to look at me. Look at me, okay? Look at me. Closer, okay? Closer. There. Look at me. Look at me. This is not a mask, okay? This is not a mask. This is me. I am me. No mask, okay? Realness. Just real. Just in case you're questioning it. You might be questioning Linus. And like, man, now I need to question Omni. This is real. I promise. When I take my $50,000 poo-poos and pee-pees, I promise it'll be the same. It'll be the same. The same poo-poos and the same pee-pees that I'm taking now, okay? No mask. Just had to let y'all know that, okay? All right. We're good? We're good.
And Billet,
It's just sad to see your heroes and see the mask slip. It's sad. I promise you, I'm not a secret mean girl in the background.
thanked us for it. We asked Billet when it had received
thank
that
you.
email from Linus, and they noted it arrived about 2 to 3 hours after we published our video, which would have been around the same time that Linus posted the comment on the forums. So he wrote that email and he posted and then said they've already come to an agreement. But at the time he posted it, Billet hadn't responded to the email. And just for the record, we have the timeline of events, so I vetted them. And Linus Media Group did, in fact, agree to send the block back on June 30th, and they agreed again later, and then they followed up to tell Billet that they would have a tracking number soon, and then it was last seen at the auction at LTX. So today was the first time that Billet had...
Imagine somebody spends an entire month telling you that they will send probably the most important item of your inventory, entire life, your prototype, your life's work. They're like, don't worry, we're going to send it to you. It's coming your way. And you have the time, energy, and money to literally just return it in like 1 or 2 days shipping. Express. We got the time, we got the energy, we got the money. And then we just don't. Anyway, let's continue.
Had direct contact with Linus. A comment from Linus lower in the forum reads this, quote, Billet sent us a quote. I don't know or care how they arrived at the value. If they're good, I'm good. We asked them about this, and Billet emphasized to us that it had not sent Linus Media Group a quote. It noted that it had expressed a possible value of the block in frustration before our video went up, before this conversation began, after they learned that it had been auctioned previously, but that this wasn't any kind of quote or invoice. We asked Billet if it had anything further to share, and it said, he's emailed us. We haven't emailed back yet at the time of writing. We thank the community for the support. We stand by everything we've said publicly. Billet noted that they intend to email Linus back prior to sharing any further details, and they also spent a few minutes to express very sincere gratitude to the community, and as they don't have quite as much of a platform, I'm just conveying that to you. They were extremely grateful to the support that they've received from you all. And
Tech Jesus. For the people, by the people. Just taking care of the little guys. Tech Jesus. This video is sponsored by Tech Jesus.
And I do think that they felt some closure on their side. Now we get into something important. As far as Linus's belief that we should have reached out to him first, and that not doing so somehow makes the 44 minutes of reporting any less valid, and considering the fact that he said there would have been valuable context, such as, quote, the fact that while we haven't sent payment yet, we've already agreed to compensate Billet Labs with the cost of their prototype, which, again, Linus emailed Billet after the video. And this Billet situation is exactly why. This sentence structure makes it...
Tech Jesus isn't saying it outwardly, but he's implying that Linus is a liar, okay? He's not saying it, maybe because he shouldn't, protecting his ass, whatever. But Linus is lying. He has corroborated facts and timestamps with Billet Labs that says that what he is telling them in this post is wrong. So even Linus Tech Tips' response, his apology, is inaccurate. That's what you guys told me. You guys told me that Linus's response was wrong. So even his response is misinformation. Linus Tech Tips misinformation. Damn. Caps on caps on caps on caps.
Pure, as if Billet already agreed to some kind of resolution before the video. That's why it's our responsibility when doing proper reporting to ensure that the truth gets to viewers and that it's not misrepresented by a manufacturer. We don't have to reach out to corporations when we think there's a patterned behavior,
LGM was wrong too.
Or that there may be a significant chance that they try to cover things up, or prepare a pre-written response that could twist the narrative, and in this case, manipulate the audience. Linus willfully ignoring our valid criticisms of data accuracy and some of the ethical concerns, while then trying to manipulate the audience into viewing him as the victim, not just LMG. This was very, is bizarre. This is why we don't reach out every time. I want to be very clear. We don't have to reach out to corporations prior to reporting on them, period. For big corporations, we don't reach out if the issue already harms consumers or if their view is irrelevant. The Walmart PC, the Alienware PC, any number of products we buy, we don't need to reach out because the damage is being done actively. And we don't need Linus's input or permission to make that video. LMG's videos are already affecting millions of consumers, and they have objective errors that we covered objectively, and they involved serious ethical concerns, which...
So Tech Jesus is quite literally saying there's no point to reach out to you guys about the mistakes that you have already done because the damage has already been done. He's just reporting the facts. Nothing that we say that he says here is going to change what has already historically happened. This is just quite literally history. Even though you have the power to go back in time to change your mistakes, you can't change the damage that your mistakes created. So there's literally no reason to reach out for you guys to talk about something that's already been done. What are you going to do? Give more context about the damage you've done? It doesn't take away the damage. You're just going to give more context, more excuses? Acts that you don't talk about it? Like, he's doing a recap of your shitty actions and lack thereof. He's not saying anything wrong. He's retelling the events as they are. He's correcting the mistakes as they exist. Objectively, what is there to talk about? What kind of conversation would you like to have? Never would you have imagined Omni reacting to Gamer Nexus video. 2023 has been quite a year. Here we are. We're in the tech community now, boys. We're tech gurus. We're going to be beauty community soon. We're going to go back to that. Then we're going to get to the finance community. Then we're going to get to the tea community. We're going to be everywhere. All of it. Every part of the YouTube. We're going around the world like Carmen Sandiego, dog.
We raised. And rather than addressing those, he's choosing to try and distract viewers by whining about us, not allowing him to comment first. And they've already commented anyway. They did it in all of these various WAN shows. We know what their comment is.
Mr. Worldwide.
We know what they think. And when there's an objective, factual issue, we don't need to reach out. The risk is to the consumer. And these aren't unreleased products. They are public videos with a lot of views. And I am exceptionally disappointed in this response. I am baffled that this was the path chosen. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to this circular deflecting nonsense. As for the rest of the sort of meandering diatribe, it's just bizarre.
He's just saying words I have never heard before, and I'm strangely turned on by it.
I really am. I am genuinely just disappointed by this. Here's one such quote. I'm sorry I got the community's priorities mixed up on this one, and that we didn't show the billet in the best light. Our intention wasn't to hurt anyone. We wanted no one to buy it because it's an egregious waste of money, no matter what temps it runs at. Another quote. Will the "it was a mistake, a bad one, but a mistake, and they're taking care of it" reality manage to have the same reach? This is a very bitter way to admit a mistake, but my answer to that question, because it had a question mark at the end of it, is not if you are insincere and indignant about it. No. He then talks about being real people and said, quote, "Today sucks." Look, guys, I'm not going to mince words to protect my reputation amongst sort of the devout LT.
He's pandering and he's victimizing himself. He's making it about him. Someone's objectively telling you that you made errors. And he's like, oh, guys, the teacher graded my homework and I got an F. And I got to say, I really wish the teacher would have reached out to me before handing me back my paper and showing me the F and showing it to the rest of the class. Today sucks. And oh, out of reach. And he said, and I took that personal. Exactly.
These supporters.
Exactly,
and,
super dandy.
That's gaslighting.
Yes.
That's what it is. Like this, we're the victim. Feel bad for us. That's what that is. So it's not acceptable behavior. It is embarrassing. And here's one more. Adam and I were talking about this today. He advocated for retesting it, regardless of how non-viable it was as a product at the time. And I think he expressed really well today why it mattered. It was like making a video about a supercar. It doesn't matter if no one watching will buy it. They just want to see it rip. I missed that. But it wasn't because I didn't care about the consumer. It was because I was so focused on how this product impacted a potential buyer. Bullshit. We know why they didn't do it.
I don't know, guys. I'm not sure if I can apologize for not spending another $100, $200, $300, $500 of various people's time.
So I'll wrap.
How many times is the editor and him going to get Linus to shoot Linus? I think this is the third or fourth time that Linus Tech Tips has literally shot himself in the foot. Like 3 or 4 times, dog. It's quite literally a diss track. It's a kill shot. It's a diss track. This is the diss tracks of the tech tuberverse, okay? You guys wanted the days back of Rice Gum and Jake Paul. It's every day, bro. That's what you wanted? Here it is. Tech diss tracks. Hey, bro, your review of the AMD, it was bad. Your apology video, it made me sad. Yo, your review of the cooler, it wasn't cool. You can't gaslight me. I'm no fool. Bars. Tech bars. Tech bars. That's right. The temperature at which the cooling hit the graphics processor made you so stupid. You're not slower. I'm faster. The grip on the mouse, the tape was still on. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard to rap when you don't have the vocabulary of the tech guru company, but you get it. This is happening in real time.
Wrap this up by saying, look, we had data points in there that were completely ignored. They weren't mentioned at all in any of this. We talked about serious testing issues. We talked about methodological issues. We talked about lack of process. We talked about lack of QC. We talked about the fact that people can look at numbers that are 300% off in some cases, or in the cases of coolers, are just literally incorrect because it was backwards or installed improperly, and how they can get past people. None of that was addressed. This was a layup to say, here's our 10-point plan. Yeah, we f***ed up. Here's what we're going to do to fix it. There's an odd note in the statement about using their notes against them, like as if we're...
To be honest, can you guys imagine, right? Imagine this, right? You roast a company so hard that the entire company has to do an apology video. Not just Linus. He had the full squad. He had everybody come up there. He had the entire company apologize to Tech Jesus. Tech Jesus had the entire Linus Tech Tips company come to him to ask for forgiveness for their sins. Literally. It's the Bible. And they all came out and said, Tech Jesus, come to you today to ask for forgiveness for our shortcomings and our errors and our ways. Lead us not into temptation to deliver this YouTube video into evil. It's bad because the video was so good by itself. And then for Linus to say that he kind of responded emotionally when he was quite literally just lying, he was lying. Like, it's not like he was wrong or making a mistake. He was just lying. What did he expect to happen? Did he not expect for the other guys to be in touch? Exactly, Z-Storm. I responded emotionally by lying and then had to make another apology and said sorry. He didn't say sorry for lying. And then I think even the apology video, he was like, in all fairness, he said something like that in the video. In all fairness, when we found out we did something, blah, 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 he was still making excuses in the video that was up there today.
Weaponizing the transparency or something. And I want to be clear again, like the vast majority of the significant errors I found. They're not pinned under their videos. I found them. I went and I looked at the numbers and I compared their own numbers against their own numbers. And I found those errors. Right? Like, it's misrepresenting reality here, and it is choosing to ignore it. So here's the deal. If LTT releases a new...
That means there are probably errors that he didn't find. Like, those are just errors that Tech Jesus found. Now imagine if everyone just went into Linus Tech Tips videos and was like, so we did a full audit. And Tech Jesus' errors was literally only 1% of all the errors. Like, jeez.
PR-inspired comments after this, or goes on another rant, we probably won't be responding.
I'm reading this. Okay, I'm reading this. To Steve. I expressed my disappointment that he didn't go through proper journalistic practices in creating this piece. He has my email and number, along with numerous other members of our team, and could have asked me for the context they may have proven to be valuable, like the fact that we didn't sell the monoblock, but rather auction it for charity due to miscommunication. And the fact that while we haven't sent payment, okay, we already read this. To my team and my CEO's team, but realistically, I was at the helm for all these errors, so I need to own it. I stress the importance of the diligence in our work because there are so many eyes on us. We are going through some growing pains. We've been very public about them in the interest of transparency. And it's clear we have some work to do on our internal processes and communication. We. Why are you saying we, dog? We was talking about you. We was talking about what you said on that podcast. We was talking about how you was destroying a company and how you made a YouTube video and then you messed up and then you decided to put the video out anyway. You did this. What do you mean we? You. Yes, the company is messing up too, but it seems to be a trickle-down effect. We have already been doing a lot of work internally to clean up our already turning this into a not me thing. This is, hey guys, it's not just me, this is everybody, which is true when it comes to a fucking company. But I feel like he'll take ownership for the positive. He'll start saying I when it's a positive thing. But if it's a negative thing, it's started talking about we. It started talking about us. Now, for my community, all I can say is the same things I always say. We know that we're not perfect. Oh, we wear our imperfection on our sleeves in the interest of ensuring that we stay accountable to you. But it's sad and unfortunate when this transparency gets warped into a bad thing. Warped? The labs team is hard at work creating processes and tools to generate data that will benefit all consumers. A work in progress. That's just an excuse, dog. When your work not being perfect hurts consumers and people and creates damage, it's not an excuse. Okay, I'm an accountant. And if you have bad controls, internal controls in place, and you get audited and it's bad, you get publicly called out on it by everyone. You get what's called an audit report, and everybody in the fucking world can see that you failed. That's just how it works. You did not put the proper policies and procedures and internal controls over the financial framework. You didn't do it. And now we got to tell the rest of the world, your investors and everybody else, that your control policies are doo-doo. So that investors, people who put money into your company, can know that you are a bad company so they can be safeguarded and know that they shouldn't put their money in your stock. Period. That's what accountants do. They protect everyone else. Not you specifically. We're not here to protect you, Linus Tech Tips. We're trying to protect the investors, the consumers, the people, the manufacturers, the people who are trying to create mouses. And he's just thinking himself, his company, me, we, we're not perfect. That's too bad. Imagine there are some jobs where you need to be perfect or very fucking close to it. Imagine an airline. Hey, look. Look, mistakes happen. We're not perfect. This is a process. No! You can't make mistakes in this industry, all right? And more importantly, your mistakes aren't unintentional. You did them intentionally for the bottom line. So to misconstrue and make it seem like this is a process when you were clearly focusing on your own bottom line is so disingenuous. You got called out on intentionally spreading misinformation several times, not just once, several. And then even in your response, you spread misinformation. And then you want us to have pity on you when reality, you need to just sit back and listen and shut the fuck up and just do the changes that he's saying. To be honest, the best thing that Linus Tech could have said is, you know what? He's right. We fucked up and we're going to change. Thank you for calling us out. This can't go further. Peace. That's it. Then you're good, homie. Take responsibility and accountability for your fuck ups. That's it. Imagine how easy a 10-second video would have just been. Imagine it. Imagine, like, people don't really understand the power of accountability and just owning up their fuck ups. Everyone messes up. No one's saying that you don't mess up. We're saying that you purposely lied, you purposely spread misinformation so that you can make more money. So own up to that, take accountability, and stop doing it. If I shot a man in the face, I said, guys, I shot a man in the face. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Peace. Best apology of YouTube. Best apology of the year. Unironically, the best apology. Am I apologizing for something that I actually did right now to offset my guilt? Maybe. You'll never know. But still, immaculate apology. How can you not be on my side after that? Wow. Must have taken a lot of courage for Omni to have accountability like that. Even though he messed up, you know, he's only human. Sometimes you just gotta shoot somebody in the face. But I'm still Team Omni because he has a good apology. You know what I'm saying, dog? That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
This was LMG's chance to take responsibility. And he's shown LMG's true colors and what he as the owner really thinks. And we're greatly disappointed at the tripling down rather than
tripling down. We can test that with this post. Will it was a mistake, a bad one, and they're taking care of it, reality managed to have the same reach? Let's see if anyone actually wants to know what happened. I hope so. But it's been disheartening to see how many people were willing to jump on us here. Believe it or not, I'm a real person. And so is the rest of my team. We have feelings. I have feelings when I lie to you. I'm a real person. Behind these lies and deceit, I'm beating hard. Dog, he sounds like an angsty teen. Believe it or not. You know what? Okay, let me stop. Because this world lacks empathy. I don't think Linus Tech Media is a bad person. He's probably just a spoiled brat. That's all. I don't think he's evil. I think he's just a spoiled brat. And he hasn't struggled enough. And he's lost sight. He's so far out of touch and out of reach. And he's probably hurting. And there's probably things he doesn't understand. He's probably confused. I'm sure Luke, or whatever his name is, the COO, is probably sitting down and being like, listen, dude, you shouldn't have did that. But Luke, it's not my fault, Luke. You was there, right? Linus. I feel like Linus is a bit of a spoiled brat. That's what I am kind of getting from this. I don't think evil, but spoiled brat energy is what I'm receiving. Because to be completely fair, people in his position, I've seen done way worse, right? When you are a rich white man in America, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can say whatever you want. You can quite literally just, the world's your escapade. The world's your oyster. Go out, be as problematic as you want. It's like, it's A-okay. You're good to go. That's like the achievement that you get. It's like New Game Plus, do whatever the hell you want. You've conquered the world kind of thing. And Linus has never really exuded that kind of energy, I feel like. I haven't seen it. So I don't think he's an evil guy. Wouldn't deem him as that. Some malpractice? Yes. Some lack of accountability? Yes. Bratty? Definitely exudes mean girl, super bratty, prissy, high maintenance. He exudes egoism. But I don't think I would use an adjective of evil. I heard that Linus, and I felt an ominous chancla energy. That's right, Super Daddy. Just get the chancla on him. He needs to get his ass beat. How dare you lie? Bam, bam, bam. What do you guys think, chat? So far. Oh, he's Canadian. Oh. I'm just saying that, but I don't really know what it means. What do you guys think so far about Linus Tech Tips? What is your conclusion on him as a person and so far what we've seen? Feel that he screwed up bad? Definitely incompetent, not malice, but still awful. He lost most of my respect. I think he's a guy who put himself into a bubble. He goofed, but doubling down on it, just as you said. He's not normal. I think he's kind of dumb, not malicious. So guys, do you think he's lying though? Like when he's lying, do you think he's lying on purpose? Was he being deceitful? Because he quite literally in this whole thing, we just found out, he said that, yeah, I worked on a deal with Bill A Labs and and there was no arrangement. But he's like, oh yeah, we already there was no arrangement. So is this a disconnect or is he being deceitful? Oh, he addresses it in the video response? Okay, that's what he was talking about. So he's just a big baby. He's just a big whiner baby. He got big baby rage mad. Is that what it is? Okay. Well, yes, he's a baby. So he's not going to try to take responsibility. He's going to try to deflect as much as possible. Because taking accountability would be too hard. Need some balls to handle critiques. Honestly, I don't know. So many people recently have been fake apologizing that it's hard to see if they're true or not. A baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. What is that? Is that Boss Baby line? Is that a Boss Baby line? I know it's from a movie. I'm pretty sure it's from several movies. A baby's got to do as Rugrats. Yeah, it's Tommy or Tommy Pick. Tommy, yeah. A baby's got to do. Now I gotta find it.
Proposing future looking.
I'm gonna tell my kids that this is Linus Tech Tip. I'm gonna tell my kids this is Linus Tech Tips.
It's over the fence. Who knows what's on the other side? She's right, Tommy. Better forget about it. Forget about it? I can't forget about it. It's my ball. Tommy, it's the next yard. You're only a baby. Baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
I knew when you said that line, it opened it released something in my brain, right? They're over there arguing. I remember that episode. I think they kicked the kickball over to the other yard. They're like, no, that's it. We ain't never seen that ball ever again. It's over. It's all ogre. A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. Probably was a dog on the other side of the fence too. It's funny though too, because I feel like as a kid, that's like quite literally kid issues. Okay, so we have done 2 videos. We have done our due diligence, by the way. People were saying, Omni, I don't know if you were very informed about the subject. I'm not sure if you watched the 44-minute video, followed by the 25-minute video, followed by the 25-minute apology, followed by the 18-thread tweet, followed by the follow-up 18-thread tweet, followed by Linus's Tech Tips deleted tweet. I'm like, bro, it's not my fault. It's my company's fault, okay? I didn't do anything wrong. Why? Stop blaming me. I didn't do anything wrong. It's your fault. It's you guys' fault for not telling me. If I would have known, if you would have provided me with all of the receipts ahead of time, none of this would have happened. Listen, guys, today's been a bad day. And I feel like you guys are attacking me. You don't realize, like, I'm a human. I'm a human being. And I have feelings. I have skin. Do you see me? A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. I feel like we gotta turn that into like an emote. Super Daddy said, sounds they need to watch twitch.tv/Inferno Omni for the live reactions. Yes, they do. Anyway, let's get to the last part of this.